Hey guys, happy Thursday. Heath Martin VO here. I wanted to talk to you for a minute about something that kind of came up in conversation that I was having with a friend of mine that's been going through some things. And as some of you know, I've been going through some things. But what I want to talk about is I want to talk about the power of positivity. As most of the people that pay attention know, up until about 5, 6 years ago, my active artistic pursuit in this world was music. And it's something I'd done my whole life. Had been signed to majors, had been signed to independents, had put out an album, the whole nine, like my whole life. That's all I ever wanted, and that's all I ever pursued until I got hip to voice acting. I I'm a passionate person. I'm an emotional person. I am a loving person that wears my emotions on my sleeve. Um, and before re reformatting the way that I think and the way that I put my message out there, I I found myself constantly frustrated and feeling underappreciated and unsupported, and a lot of my messaging was negative. Um, One of the most important life aspects that I gained from becoming a voice actor was how to live with gratitude, how to uh, be humble and be just kind and supportive and uh, put out the things, put out the type of support that I was hoping to receive. And what that does is it attracts the right kind of people to your journey, right? Um, just as an example, I've lost a lot of friends, mentors, family over the past year, and it got to the point where I lost my first real mentor in Courtney G. Amazing comic. You've seen him on Comic View, Def Jam. Um, just a funny brother, man, and a good brother that took me in. I opened for him in a small club in Washington called Cafe Arizona, and he took me with him back to Los Angeles and introduced me to people, and um, that's how I got one of my last record deals. But I lost him, and I was struggling to find the meaning in it. I was struggling to find the light at the end of the tunnel, as is common with people that go through depression, bipolarism, any type of mental anguish. It's hard to see that it's going to get better. But here's what I've learned, and this is something that crosses over between the weight loss, working out, the work, and life in general. A lot of times, my depression has stemmed from weight issues, from perception of how people receive and support and appreciate me and what I bring to the table, uh, and just seeing a consistency in negativity. What that does is I talk about this a lot. It's a compound effect. So the results of the things that you do every day is what creates a compound effect. So that could be if you are talking negativity into the universe and you're speaking it into existence and you're dwelling in it, it negativity begets negativity. And the true is this the same is true for the adverse. Truth Truthfully, positivity begets positivity. Let me give you an example. I was dwelling in some misery of some loss, of some grief. I was dealing with that thing, but always in the back of my mind, I'm trying to get back to the positive. I'm trying to get back to the impactful things that I can do and control on a daily basis. Number one is my mindset. If my mindset is on point, everything else usually falls into place. But when I'm depressed, everything goes. My health, the my environment where I live, everything, right? And it gets overwhelming, and then it compiles. So, and back to the example, I was drowning in negativity. Drowning? I was drowning in negativity because of everything that was going on. And compiled with that, work was down, bookings were down. Now, was it an effect of just a natural ebb and flow of the business, or was it an actual effect of my negativity finding a way to come back to me and hurt my business and continually compile on top of the negativity? Well, I just made a decision to say, I'm not going to allow this to continue, the negativity. My mentors that have passed, my friends, my family, all of them artists in their own right, all they want me to do is be successful. All they would want me to do is keep going. The thing that most people that have known me for decades that stands out to them is that I never give up. I never quit. I never waver on my commitment to myself, my excellence, my pursuit of my dreams. And I can build on that. I can build positive on positive on positive. And instead of dwelling in my own mess, I chose to reach out to a friend and help him through his tough time. That's the type of person that I am. That's the type of energy I return to the universe. When I changed my mindset, now I don't know if this is circumstantial, if this is happenstance, if this is a result of a change of mindset, I don't know. But I have a client that I book with every month. I do considerable business with, and they cover a lot of my regular bills. That check coming in covers a lot of my living expenses and some things. The last 2 months, since I've been drowning in negativity and depression and this internal struggle that I've dealt with my entire life, my bookings were way down. No money coming in. And in fact, to date for October, my business with them was cut literally in half, maybe more. And so far for the month of November, I haven't done any work with them. Now, that being said, I know these things happen, and I have other things keeping me busy, but my depression wouldn't allow me to dive into the things that I know need to get done. Even if it's working out, cleaning the house, doing my passion projects, the things that keep me motivated, that keep me centered, that keep me driving forward in my passions and my goals and my beliefs. Then there's elections and the world is falling apart. And there's so many factors, but nothing can penetrate my mind and how I feel about myself and the things that I know to be true, which is positivity and gratitude has had an impact on my life, a tangible, viable impact. So as I'm in the midst of this, but I've already made a conscious decision to turn it around. And the more you do this, the quicker you can turn it around. Okay, I've always been striving for positivity, but as I've dealt with weight issues my whole life and I get into those funks, it just seemed like it would compile. And I would go from losing 100 pounds, getting down to like 230, to going back up to 300 pounds multiple times. I've been close to 300 pounds like on 5, 6, 7 different occasions in my life. And I've lost that weight and then it's come back. Because you get into a mode of negativity that compiles and becomes more, something living and breathing. But the same is true with positivity. If you turn that little switch that says, oh, everyone hates me. No one likes me. Everything's against me. Nothing works in my favor. I can never catch a break. I can never just slide and float through and be okay. Change that thinking to find the positive. The positive in this for me is I've done it before and I know it can be done again. I know what I'm capable of. And in that moment of that realization, and this came only a couple of weeks into the depression, which is a huge turnaround. In the past, I would dwell in depression for months, years. I have in the past. I won't let that happen to me anymore. I've worked too hard. I've done too much. I've come too far. So I turn it around mentally first. You have to think about the positive. You have to find the positivity in the negative. So as I'm in my depression and I'm in that state of not knowing what's next, what am I going to do? How am I going to get out of this funk? I just told myself, we're going to be grateful. Then I had Unlock the Con, where I got to see my mentor and friend, Steve Bloom, one of the greatest voice actors of all time. And that refilled my cup a little more. And then some other events occurred, and that refilled my cup a little more. Find ways to refill your cup if no one knows. No one has to know what you're going through. As long as you can find things to hold on to refill your cup, to bring positivity. And I know I got that adult ADD thing happening where I'm jumping all over the place because my mind is constantly going in multiple directions at the same time. I never was diagnosed. I never even thought that was a thing. I thought it was a cop-out most of my life. But as an adult, and I know that it's hard to focus on a singular thing, and I'm all over the place, you got to find ways to focus. You got to write it down. You got to write down your goals. You have to attack things methodically. You have to create a schedule that works, but's flexible for the things that are coming. So in that moment of negativity, I stopped and I said, I'm going to be positive. My gratitude is this. I know that I can turn it around, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for years of experience and the knowledge and the tribe that is around me to set me back on the right path if I stray. You need those types of people in your life. You need me in your life to tell you, hey, don't talk about that bad thing that happened. Talk about what you learned from it. Talk about the positive that you can gain from it. And what I've learned from this, from my life, from my pursuit of the arts and excellence, is that the only thing that you have control over are the things you have control over. And you have control over how you feel and think about yourself. Okay? If you think that you're not doing enough, do more. But also give yourself grace. Give yourself the time needed to grieve. Give yourself the time needed to refocus and find that thing that drives you. This is not something that's going to be conquered ever in life. This is something that you constantly have to reinvent, have to redesign, have to reformulate to fit the current need. And as I'm in that moment of acknowledgement of the gratitude and the thanks of being able to spend time with my mentor and my friends, Sean and Tim, and to be live and in person with people that care about me, that tell me that they love me, that show me that they love me, that I love in return, and that I tell I love in return, and that I show I love in return. That gave me clarity to know that it was not always going to be bad. That I had the power to change the way I felt about what I was going through. And I changed my mindset in that moment. I didn't change my mindset because it's always there. Now, the key is once it's there, you can tap into it way quicker. And you're not dwelling. You're not just suffocating and drowning in your overwhelmed just life of, right? In that moment, when I was worried about bookings and I was worried about how I'm going to financially get through the next couple of months with birthdays and Christmas and Thanksgiving and trips to That's Voiceover Career Expo in Los Angeles in December that I am freaking thrilled about. Thrilled to attend my first conference, to see my tribe live and in full Technicolor. To see my friends, my family, my chosen ones. I can't wait. But of course I'm concerned about my money dropping off, about going into debt, putting myself in the credit card debt to stay afloat. But that's what we do to survive. And in that moment of clarity, I received an email from another one of my very cherished clients. And I got another Microsoft job, another one that's going to come right on time. Now, would that have come if I was still dwelling in the negativity? Maybe. But listen, if it came while I was dwelling in the negativity, I wouldn't be able to get to work and get it done because there's just so much going on in there. Let go of the hate, the anger, the feeling of unworthy, or the feeling that the world owes you something. Because the world doesn't owe us anything. We owe ourselves. We owe ourselves the grace and the knowledge and the ability to bounce back and the ability to pursue our dreams with everything we've got. Because there's only one life. And I've lost a lot of friends this year, a lot of family, a lot of mentors. Started with my theater director, Petra. She died as a result of COVID. Then it was my mentor in music and my friend and my brother, Blue Mitchell. And then it was another brother, Shay Black, my musical muse, my musical king, my producer, my friend, my brother, who circumstantially I had fallen out with a bit. And it's never okay to just let a friendship that's worth something to you slide to the wayside because of how you feel in the moment. 9 times out of 10, what you think you feel, what you feel someone's feeling towards you, is wrong. Your perception is right sometimes, but when it's family, you give them the benefit of the doubt. You make it work. Too much loss. And then last week to find out that my mentor, Courtney G, passed, it kind of put me over the edge and back into I ate a whole bucket, like a whole canister of cookie dough from Papa Murphy's. My wife's going to see this and she's like, I knew you ate the cookie dough, but it's because I was freaking depressed. And I get into a self-loathing thing when I'm depressed. And that there are times when I do not like what I see when I look in the mirror. But it's my armor. It's my years of battle testing and proven mindsets. And I'm kind of all over the place because I'm so passionate and emotional about this subject. Reach out to your friends. Make sure they're okay. Don't vent on social media. Vent to your friends that understand you and know what you're going through and maybe can offer some advice to help you get through it. I am thrilled about my partnerships, about my clients, about my agencies, about my opportunities that I continually receive. I don't care if I'm booking. The job is the audition. I am blessed and I am lucky as hell to get auditions for things I could only dream about before. Properties that I know and love and things that I'm passionate about. You guys know how I feel about my nostalgia, my Motu collection, my Star Wars, my DC, my Marvel, my Harry Potter, my Lord of the Rings. I'm in it. And I'm at the table. And if that's not something to be grateful about, I don't know what is. I love you. If you ever need someone to vent to, someone to talk you off the ledge, I'm here. I'm accessible. I try to be available. I love you. Tell the people you love that you love them before it's too. Don't tell them you love them when they're gone. Tell them while they're right here and they can reciprocate that love and feel that love. I love you guys, man. I love the people that I choose to have in my life. If you are struggling, know you're not alone. and know that that struggle doesn't actually go away. We just find ways to destroy it, to beat it every time it rears its ugly head. I don't know what you're doing today, but whatever it is, do it with all your heart. Go after it. Make memories. Live in moments. Celebrate friends. I love you guys, man. Love each other.